What's up, people? Mike here, and this is Infamous Second Son, Expert Difficulty with Good Karma. This is part 1 of the final mission. We are exposing Augustine. So the way I cut this mission, this video ends with the first part of the Augustine fight when you need to basically fight her to get her power, and then the whole second video is the second half of her boss fight when you have the concrete power. Since I felt like if I kept the entire Augustine battle in one video, it was gonna be like almost like a 16-minute video, and I couldn't justify that long of a video for the fight. So in putting the first half, or the first part of the fight, in the end of this video, I kind of evened out the video times pretty closely. So I should say, when you get here, I would try and start the mission with smoke already, since you really don't need to fight these guys. You just need to go through the vent to get higher up on the building. I literally just never, like, I'm trying to fuck around here and get that trophy for going through 2 vents and then hitting an enemy with the comet drop. But every time I would go to do it, I would get shot out of the air and hit the ground like that, and I would always miss it. Now, the reason I'm saying that you don't need to fight these guys and you just need to get high up on the building, I figured that I basically got a fail mission on this, because where that ledge I was looking slightly to my left, if you move somewhat towards that ledge while you're still in the air and you drop down back to here, it will give you a mission failed, saying that you fell off the tower, and it'll spawn you on that ledge. So it was pretty much at that point when I realized that you actually don't need to fight these guys unless you're trying to go for that trophy to go through 2 vents and comet drop on an enemy. Even though there are plenty of other points in the game where you can go through 2 vents and do that, but this particular part is like the most convenient, since you have to go through 2 vents. So it's pretty much here. I go to drop and I'm like, wait, what? I got so confused when I got that message. So I had to keep it in, and it spawned me up on top of here. So I almost wanted to restart the mission if I could and just bypass that whole fighting, but I decided to just leave that in just to show that you know, that actually happened. So but at this point, now Fetch is with you, and she actually does come in handy for some of this fight coming up, since she'll occasionally either take out enemies, or she'll kind of stun them so that you can get the finishing blow on them, or the subdue, depending on how you're playing. And this guy is a champion for taking all those blows, but for the most part, for this whole first part, it's just gradually climbing up level by level. You do want to be careful here, because I did end up dying during this because of trying to remember, it's not these initial guys, it's the he's not a heavy concrete soldier, but he's oh no, actually yeah, he is one of the heavies. He fucked me up pretty bad because I didn't know he landed behind me, so I couldn't see him. And I was attacking one of the soldiers, and all of a sudden I got just slammed in the back by him and died. It sucked. So you definitely want to be aware of all the enemies that you're fighting and where they are during that part. When you get up to here, you can stay up on that little structure to take out those initial two guys, and if you're better with your rockets than I was, you can probably take out that concrete dupe soldier, so he isn't giving the other guys a concrete shield. So somehow I managed not to die here, even though I probably should have. And thankfully there's a smoke stack right there, so you can get some smoke back. And I believe when you get up here, then Eugene gives you a hand with all the helicopters that show up. I would fight those guys just because climbing up that to the next part, they may take shots at you and they could probably kill you. I'm not totally sure, but I didn't want to take the chance of, while I'm climbing up this thing, I'm getting shot in the back. So I think once you get to this point, for this part, I think you don't really need to do anything. I think you can stay on the ledge I was at, and I believe Eugene shoots all that explosives and kills the heavy soldier that's standing by them. If he doesn't, then you can just shoot him from that top ledge and avoid actually being right there with all that explosives. But when you get to this part can be kind of annoying because I actually died twice here. Mainly because you're basically just kind of buying time until Fetch cuts a hole in the ceiling. And it always worked out that I just got so swarmed by these guys that I ended up dying. And I almost died here, but I managed to get to the video antenna to progress into the actual boss fight with Augustine. So literally this entire fight is more or less like how the fight was the first time. You need to hit her with the rockets, and hit triangle to get the kick animation to build up your chromatic streak, and eventually you need to hit her with I forget what the chromatic streak for the video power is called, but I believe you need to hit her with it, I think 3 times, but I'm not positive. The rule of video games is that it's always 3 times. And I want to say it's 3 times here, but I could be wrong. But literally, like, everything that it's just like rinse and repeat. And just like I said in the first fight, after you hit her with the rockets where you can do the kick animation, if you have more rockets than I do, you should be able to hit her again with a rocket before she can form her shield again, and you should be able to get the option of kicking her with triangle almost immediately. But I could be wrong because of how slow the video missiles are. It may take more than one initially. So yeah, just like gradually just keep going to it, and I will see you in part 2 of the Augustine boss fight.